Welcome back, kindergarten writers. It is me, Mrs. Scooterman, and I am ready to do some more writing with you today. So remember yesterday, we wrote a personal narrative about the best day that we had in school. It could have been any day. It was your story, your personal narrative of what happened in your best day of school. My best day, remember, was when it was Explore Lab in school, and we had dinosaurs that were frozen in ice, and we had to figure out how to get them freed from the ice, and it was so much fun. That was my personal narrative. That was my story about my favorite day. Today, we continue on writing personal narratives with a whole another topic. Oh, 1 minute, please. I'll be right back. Oh, that's right. We're in the middle of a writing lesson. What was I thinking? Well, let me tell you. Today, we are going to write about a time when we exercised. That's what we're going to write a story about. Sometime when you exercised. So let's read our learning target together. I can draw and write about a time I exercised. There's a lot of different ways that we can exercise. We can exercise by going for a run. We can exercise by going and lifting some weights. Yeah. We can exercise by going for a walk outside, taking our dog for a walk. You can do push-ups, you can go play basketball or play baseball. Those are all ways that you can exercise. And today I want you to pick one of those times and tell us a story about that one time when you exercised. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to tell you a story, my personal narrative, about a time when I exercised. Then I'm going to model how to do our writing activity today, and then I'll send you off on your writing adventure ways. Now, before I tell you my special exercise story, my personal narrative, let's review what is a personal narrative? What makes it a narrative? Well, just like when we tell stories with our words, our narratives, our writing, it has a beginning, a middle, and an end to it. Just like a story that we tell out loud. We start with our story, with our beginning, then we say what's in the middle, and then in the end. So we want to put that in our writing as well. Our personal narrative, we also can think about it as a seed story. We're not going to tell about the whole watermelon or one little slice. We're going to pick just one little seed to talk about in our writing. And so it will not be every single time that you exercise. You're going to pick one time and tell what happened during that time that you exercised. You also could add feeling words such as worried. How did you feel when you exercised? Were you confused? Were you angry? Were you silly? Were you sad? Were you excited, surprised, or happy? Feeling words, it just helps add details to our stories and makes it that much better. Our narratives, you can also remember, add details like who was there with you in this story? Was it just you, or was there a friend? Was there an adult that was exercising with you? What happened? What kind of exercise did you do? Where did you do the exercise? When did you exercise? Was it at night? Was it in the daytime? Was it in the summer? Was it in the winter? So adding details like that to your story makes it very high quality. So let's get to it. Before I tell you my story about the time that I exercised, I'm just going to show you a small little clip of what happens at the color run where I exercised. my goodness, what was that? Well, the time that I exercised, I got this headband to wear and this special shirt to wear for it. And what happened was I went with my friend, and this was in Rochester. And you start out all clean, and then just like in that video, you see there's people that are splashing you with different colored powder. And by the end of the race, you're covered in colors. And you run, it's called a 5K. It's a special race called a 5K. So it's about 3 miles long. And by the end, I was covered in color, and both of us were. It was all over our faces. It was so fun. But we ran the whole time, and we got to the end, and we felt so proud of ourselves at the end of our race. Okay, so now, writers, it's time to put that story onto paper. So I'm going to model all the steps, and then you'll get a chance at the end of the video to go and make your own writing piece about a time that you exercise, with your own personal narrative. All right, so the first thing on our paper is our name. So I've already written Mrs. Schoonerman on my paper, and I wrote today's date, May 15th, 2020. I remember at the beginning of my story, I said that it was me and my friend. So I'm going to draw myself. And I was in a white t-shirt. I had on some running pants, my sneakers, got my hands here. Okay, and my headband, and it was in a ponytail that day. And there's my face. And then my friend was with me, and she had on pretty much the same outfit because she got a special shirt. And we both had our t-shirt, and she had her hair in I think she had her hair in a bun, so we'll put her hair in a bun, and she also had the special headband on. Okay, so there we are. We're ready. We're going to go to our race. Next, we ran in the race. So now I have to kind of draw so that we're running. Let's see. So I think what we'll do is I'll put me kind of sideways, and a leg running like that, another leg running like this. My arms are pumping. I am ready. I don't know what just happened to that arm. That arm didn't look right at all. I don't really know how to draw running arms. That arm came out of my neck. That didn't look good either. Oh, there we go. That's how to do it. Okay, so I'm running. Get my head, my eyes, my hair's still in a ponytail, got my headband on, and my friend, hopefully I can do a better job at drawing us running. Got our arms, we're pumping our arms to make us go fast, fast, fast. And she had a bun in her hair. There, we are running. And what was happening when we were running? Well, we were getting splashed with colors. So I'm just gonna drop some color clouds at us. Some blue, and then add some green, and red. Yes, it was so cool. And then at the end of the story, we crossed the finish line. So I'm going to make a finish line here. And here we are. We're saying, we did it. Oh yeah, we ran that race. We rocked it. Our faces are happy. We're feeling good. Oh yeah. It was so fun. I loved that day of exercise. Now it's time for us we drew the pictures of what happened at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the time that I exercised. My friend and I, we got to the race, we ran in the race, we got splashed with colors, and we got to the finish line, and it felt great. Now it's time. We got to add some words. This is a writing piece, not a drawing piece. We'll add our words. Remember, writers, keep in mind the writing checklist. make sure that when you're starting your sentences, you start your sentences with a capital letter. Use finger spaces between your words. You're going to make sure that when you get to a word that you don't know, use your letter sounds. So listen, so stretch the word out. Tap out those sounds. If you're spelling the word cat, 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 and write down the sounds that you hear. And then another thing that good writers do, we add punctuation when we are done with a sentence, we're done with a thought. Okay, so it's time for me to add my words. So today, my story, remember, we don't just start writing. We need to think about what we want to say first. So, well, the first part of my story was one day I ran in a race with my friend. That's that picture. One day I ran in a race with my friend. That was my exercise. Okay, so start my sentence with a capital. This word is a sight word. It is the word one. Leave a finger space between this word and the next word. My next word is day. D-A-Y. One day I ran. Ran in a race. A race. There's an R. A says its name. Race. This is a tricky word. It sounds like there's an S, but there's not. It's actually a C and then a silent E. Race. One day I ran in a race with my friend, because it wasn't just me in my story. Who was in my story? Me and my friend. So I need to include that in my personal narrative. That's who was there. One day I ran in a race with, and that's a sight word, with my friend. Friend starts with F. Friend. I hear a D at the end. Friend. The next part, the middle part of the story. So we start the race, we ran it. Next part was we got splashed with colors. We got splashed with colors. So leave a finger space. We. And I started that sentence with a capital. It's a new sentence, so we start it with a capital letter. We got. 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 All right, next word is splash. So I hear an S first. P. Sp. O. A. The SH digraph. Splash. With, that was my next word, with, is, another TH digraph there. Splash with colors. Colors. This sentence, I'm going to add an exclamation point, because that part was really exciting to me. I really loved getting splashed with all the colors. It was my favorite part of all. Okay, the last sentence has to match this picture, and this picture shows us, so my last sentence should be about this picture. We ran to the finish line, and I was proud. That's my sentence. We ran to the finish. And I wrote finish up there. F-I-N-I-S-H, finish. Line. This has a bossy vowel here, so it's a silent E. The I says its name, so we can't hear the E at the end. Line. L, I, N. We ran to the finish line, and I was proud. That's where I'm going to add my feeling word. I was proud. I was also running out of space down here. There we go. I'm going to give it a read through real quick. Feel free to read along with me if you remember how my story goes. Okay, here we go. One day, I ran in a race with my friend. I added punctuation to end that sentence. We got splashed with colors. That's what happened here in the middle. We ran to the finish line and I was proud. You know what time it is. It's time for you to go and get a pencil, get your paper, get your crayons and markers, and I want you to hit today's learning target. I want you to draw and write about a time that you exercised. What happened? What did you do? Who were you with? Where were you? All of these details added to your writing today. Make sure that when you are drawing your pictures, then when you go ahead and you write your words, make sure they match. Make sure the story matches. And then when you're all done, you can have an adult take a picture and send it our way to your teachers so that we can see the amazing writing that you have been up to. Well, my friends, it's been a great week in writing, and I can't wait to see you again next time. Goodbye.